Wow, well, wasn't that an exciting introduction? I've never used that tune before. Welcome back to another episode of Tea with Lee, with me, Lee, your cruise director. Before we go any further, I do have to remind you that all views and opinions expressed on this show are mine alone and do not necessarily reflect those of my employer. As always, I'm back with another catch-up chat, fly on the wall, open format conversation experience with one of my favourite Carnival family members. Today, I'm catching up with Marc Pickard from the Playlist Productions cast. If you've sailed with me on the Carnival Splendor, I've had the joy of watching Marc perform across 2 contracts now, so you may recognise him. So without further ado, it's time for another episode of Tea with Lee.
It's time for tea. It's time for tea with Lee. It's time for tea. Time for tea with Lee.
Hello, Marc.
Hello. How are we?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
It's been a little while
It's
since
fine.
I've seen your face.
I know. All these restrictions. We can't get to each other.
I know you're currently a prisoner of Wales, aren't you?
I am. The whole country's in lockdown as of Friday, but at the moment, our county is in lockdown.
I'm glad that
We
you.
can't leave.
I'm glad that you specified that it was the country that you were a prisoner of, and I didn't want people listening thinking that a ton of marine mammals had captured you.
See, all those people over the years that said Wales is the same as England. It's not, because they can't leave.
No, definitely not. I mean, it's a crazy time all over, and I can't even come and see you, can I?
No. I can't even go down the road to like Snowdonia where I want to take pictures because it's out of my county.
Oh, bugger.
For a while.
I'm not allowed in, you're not allowed out. We can't shake it all about or do the okey-cokey or anything.
No,
So, Marc,
definitely not.
thank you so much for being a guest on Tea with Lee. I've invited you on because you've got a really...
Do I get any of those buttons?
You haven't got any buttons, but if you want sound effects, just give me a look and I'll throw one in for you. Rohan made all of them for me. So cool. So, Marc, you've got a really, really interesting job. I think your whole career has been fascinating. And I wanted to crack you open a little bit on my podcast so people can know more about you and your background and maybe shed a little bit of light on all of our playlist performers, because there's a lot of very well-established professional entertainers that are on the ships, and I don't think our guests sometimes realize the level that you're working at as a professional performer. So if it's cool with you, can I take you back in time?
Do it. Let's go all the way back.
You're on a spinny chair. Can you spin around?
I've not got the space to. I'm going to hit both the bookcases. I could try. I can get like a quarter of the way. There we go.
Don't worry, Marc. It's just an audio podcast anyway, so they wouldn't see you spinning in your chair.
So thanks for that.
You're welcome. So can you tell me, like, when did you start performing?
I think one of the first productions that I can remember, well, funny like school production, when I was very small, I think it was year 1 actually, I was Peter Rabbit and Peter Rabbit.
You were Peter Rabbit?
Yeah. Then I think I progressed to Peter Pan, so sticking with the Peters in early school. And then it kind of stopped for a bit because I went more into sport. I did karate and swimming.
Not the sports I was expecting you to say. When you said you went into sport, I thought rugby, football, maybe.
So, randomly enough, karate and swimming. But it was actually swimming that got me back into it, because when I was about 10, we went with the swimming club to London and we watched Oliver in the Palladium.
Mm-hmm.
And then from that moment, I just wanted to be Dodger. So I told my parents, I'd be quite interested in doing that. Bearing in mind, I was still doing like school productions, but that was it. And then I started to go to a Stagecoach, which is like a Saturday theatre school that we have in the UK, and doing an hour singing, an hour dance, and an hour acting. And I think within the first year of doing that, I got sent for an audition for the national tour of Les Miserables and was lucky enough to get Gavroche. So that was like my first professional job when I was about 12 years old. I did that for 3 months, and then I also did the national tour of Tommy, his 10-year-old Tommy. And then because I'd earned money from that, I then progressed from Stagecoach and used to, very lucky for my parents. My mum used to travel down with me to London every Saturday, and I used to go to Sylvie Young's Saturday school.
Ah. I didn't know that you did 10-year-old Tommy.
Yeah. I mean, I was 12 at the time, but I did 10-year-old Tommy. I've always been small for my age and looked younger than I am.
So your performing career, really, it started as a really early age doing, and Les Mis that's huge.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a dream of mine to be back in it as an adult. And I think my ultimate role would be Monsieur Thénardier, because I just like the character side of it.
Oh, incredible part. Well, unfortunately, I can't make that happen right now.
Why not?
But I can take you back, Marc.
Right. Nicely done.
Don't worry, you don't have to sing. But Les Miserables is an incredible musical, and I think you would be a fantastic Monsieur Thénardier.
Cheers, buddy.
I think you would. I think you'd do well. I love watching you perform. I think you're brilliant. You're charismatic. You bring it all together. It's not just about having a great presence, or just being a talented vocalist. You kind of encompass it all, and you dance as well.
I mean, I try. So one of the things is that, like, other people that have worked in the stuff, they've done, like, they've gone to specific dance, well, not dance colleges, but performing arts colleges where, like, dance is being covered. But my first experience of professional dancing really was work in itself, because the degree I did was a music theatre degree, which was basically any theatre work that incorporated music, so it wasn't necessarily just musicals. So there was never really like a dance part of the course unless it was in one of the musicals that we were doing, which was like a third of the actual each year. We do like one musical. It was a bit eye-opening when it got to my first like performing job abroad, and I always classed myself as a mover rather than a dancer, but hopefully I think I've improved on that during the year. Yeah,
you fake it. If you don't feel like a dancer, you fake it very well.
Thank you very much. So
fast forwarding your career a little bit, you did those theatrical productions in your younger years. And then, of course, when you started to really pursue your career, like post-education work, what were you doing before you were working on cruise ships? Because you had a career before you came to sea.
Yeah, so it started in the travel industry, really, because when I was at university, in between my university years, I used to go away and work for Thompson as a gold host. So I'd spent the summer I worked in Ibiza, I worked in Mallorca, and like basically like a host on the ship, doing all the daytime activities, hosting the entertainment evening, hosting the entertainment in the evening. Yeah. But then also, because we were like based at one hotel the whole time, we had times to like do our own cabarets and stuff as well. So I did still get to sing while I was out there. And then when I finished uni, I did it one more time. But while I was out there, I got asked by one of the like agents for the production cast to go and audition for them to do the touring shows for them. So that was one of the first things I did. I went and auditioned for Sensatori, which is a brand of Thompson.
That's a posh brand.
It's trying to incorporate all the different senses. And to me, almost like looking back at it now, it's almost like a hotel that's trying to be at the same level as a cruise ship, because the staff are simply employed for their actual tasks. So it's not like a host trying to cover everything. They have hosts for entertainment in the evening and the days. They have specific trained sports background people for the sports and activities, the childcare and all that. Yeah. That was great. I also auditioned and did a touring national show that was a variety show, so it had lots of different musicals in it. But unfortunately, that went bust. So then I went back to the Sensatori, and then from Sensatori, I did that for 4 years in different countries. I did Crete, Tenerife, Turkey, and Egypt, and then I auditioned for cruises, and I went to a sister company first.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hang on, I've probably got a sound for that as well. Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. Marc Pickard worked for a sister line before Carnival. Marc, tell us, who did it?
It's all right. It was under the Carnival umbrella because it was P&O UK.
Oh, okay. So you worked for P&O UK before Carnival Cruise Line?
Yes. I did 2 years for them on the Oriana and the Aurora.
Ooh, fancy.
It was actually a funny story because it wouldn't happen nowadays, but the day I got off the Oriana, I actually started rehearsals for the Aurora. So there was like no break in between. I literally left the ship in Southampton and went straight to the rehearsal studio.
Wow. I mean, good for you lining work up like that, but yeah, that wouldn't happen anymore.
No.
So you've seen a lot of the world in your travels in this kind of like build up to working for Carnival and the job you're doing currently. What was your favorite? Do you have a favorite place? It doesn't have to be like the best place, but for you, do you have a memory from all of those beautiful places? I mean, Egypt, the Balearic Islands, you've seen a lot. Do you have a favorite destination?
Yeah, so pre-cruising, I'd say my favorite destination and a place that I'd always go back to is Crete. Because I did 2 summers there, and for me, it's just the Greek people and the weather is just like they make you feel like that is your actual home. So I absolutely loved it there, and I would like go back there in a heartbeat any year for a holiday.
Yeah,
and like specifically see the people in the area that I was.
The Greek language is incredibly different to, I mean, English. I don't know how it compares to Welsh, but like I remember.
Well, put it this way. I don't know if I can say this on your podcast, but we'll see. A Greek lady asked me how I was the once. I said,
"Oh gosh,
have you heard this story?"
No.
Am I allowed to tell it?
I don't know. Yeah, tell it anyway. We're all friends.
She asked me how I was, and I said, "Oh, Kablemenos." And she started laughing. I didn't have a clue why. But I meant to say tired, which apparently is Kouros Menos. Kablemenos means horny. So yeah, I struggle with the Greek language.
Oh, that's brilliant. I didn't know that story, but I think that's a great response.
How are you? Horny. Brilliant.
I think you should start using that in your day-to-day life just to see how it lands on people.
Probably not very well.
No. I mean, the Greek language, I worked out in Greece. Did you know that I worked in Greece for a little while?
No.
I was actually working in Greece when I got my interview for Carnival. So just before I worked for Carnival, I was out on the island of Kos. And the Greek that I've retained is really minimal. Kalimera, Yasu, Yassas.
Evaristo.
Yeah, that one as well. So thank you very much.
I think the most difficult thing, I think the most difficult thing with that language is the actual letters themselves, because there's no resemblance to our letters at all. So if you were looking for directions, it's impossible unless you actually know.
Yeah, menus and stuff as well.
Yeah.
So we've got all the way up to you working for Carnival Cruise Line.
Yes.
We've been through Oliver and Les Miserables via 10-year-old Tommy, Thompson Gold. You love Crete. You broke the news that you worked for P&O UK, and now you've arrived at Carnival Cruise Line. What was your first ship?
Inspiration, out of LA.
The Inspiration.
So the 3 and 4 day to Ensenada.
3 and 4 day Ensenada Catalina.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to be doing with a Radiance in April. What shows were you doing on there? What were your first playlist production shows?
The first production shows that we had on that ship was Motor City and Studio VIP.
Great shows.
Yeah, not like I was. Like, I'm not going to lie, I was very scared going to that shit, in the sense that before doing that shit, I wouldn't class those as my style of singing. So, like, I like shows like Epic Rock and things like that. So going and doing a Motown show and a disco show, I was very nervous starting for the company.
Yeah.
But they're good fun shows, and they get the audience involved.
Yeah, and I mean, without getting too political, I guess, with it, because I try to stay on the lighter side of life. As a white Welshman, representing everything that the Tamla Motown record label is and was, it wasn't just a record label, it was like a movement. I suppose there's a lot of pressure on you to represent that music.
Yeah, and obviously, like, such great artists and stuff from that era, but at the time, like, the cast that I started with, my first cast, I was the only white male in the cast anyway, so Funky White Boy was cast straight away.
That was you.
Yeah, there wasn't another option as far as the So I had the support from the other three guys, which was really nice.
That's cool. And I tell you something, having seen you play the Funky White Boy in Studio VIP, you Funky White Boy, you geek, you nerd very well.
It's one of those things again where, like, I like the character side of things. So if I get something to play with like that, I'm going to try and take it to the max.
Well, you do. You take it there and probably a little bit further. It's great. You know, one thing that I really admire about you, Mark, and I don't think I've ever actually said it to your face, is for how talented and accomplished you are. You are so humble and grounded. Like, you are the first person to kind of make a joke at your own expense or to do something like the cast that we just like worked together on. They used to call you Dad because of your dad level humor and your dad jokes.
Yeah.
And I think,
I mean,
it's great.
We're all there. We all do, like, we're all doing what we love. I just think sometimes there's almost like a pressure that people have to be like a certain way. But sometimes, and maybe I learned this from like being a host during Thompson Gold and things like that, that sometimes people just want you to be yourself, and they would rather see you be yourself and be stupid or like make these silly mistakes than be this box personality. So I think that's what I tried to do. And the other thing that I got taught, which I'll always like remember from Thompson Gold, was we were doing the training as a host, and the person training asked like why I was nervous, and I said, well, I'm worried about what other people think. And they were like, oh, I didn't realize, like, on your list of skills that you put mind reader. I was like, no, I didn't. It was like, well, how can you tell what people are thinking? And she just got me out of that way of like, don't think about what other people are thinking, just concentrate on what you're putting across yourself, because you can't control what they're thinking, you don't know what they're thinking, so why bother waste that time guessing?
Yeah, that's incredible advice, and I think so valuable. Like, being true to yourself. If you were true to yourself, authentic, and in the moment, you can never really do anything wrong, can you? If it was right, if it was the right thing for you to do or say, or the way for you to behave or perform, the right decision to make, you're never going to have any regrets because it was the right thing for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really respect that. But I just wanted to say to you that for as talented as you are, it's so nice to meet somebody who is beyond humble. I think you are a definition of like an under promise and over deliver, because when people think of performers who are really talented, they think, oh, he's probably a prima donna because he does really well. But you are like the anti prima donna.
No, like, and again, maybe it comes from my background and training and doing those different jobs that I like to create the connections. And I don't want to be just seen on the stage and then see them as they're walking off the ship. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to get out there among people and meet the people, because it makes it easier for us as well, because they start responding more to you as well.
Yeah, and I
In the
really,
shows.
I saw that when we did the Hawaiian, the Journeys cruises. When you'd go out and you'd do like the ballroom classes with Tom and Joe, and you'd be on the morning show with me, and you were really integrated with the guests, and it creates like a new level of connection when those people then watch the show. It's not just like, oh, that's the dark-haired male singer. It's like, that's Marc.
Yeah, and they'll like come up to you on doors afterwards and be like, "I'll see you at dancing tomorrow." Or even like, I remember it was probably the second or third day of dancing with Joe and Tom, that someone come up to him and was like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't even realise that you were the person on stage last night." And you know, they get talking to you in that sense as well. So
yeah,
it's nice to get that.
I think it's a wonderful. You really do bring a new element to the cruise experience for our guests. But right, getting back to your shows, you started out with Studio VIP and Motor City.
Yeah.
And then where did you go? What was your next ship? What did you do?
Now I had my best route after that. So I went from the Inspiration, which was the 3 and 4 day Ensenada Catalina, to Fascination, which was the 7 day Caribbean from San Juan, which I absolutely love. 7 days, 6 ports.
Great.
And we just had 2 shows on that ship at the time, because it relocated. It recently relocated. So we had Motor City again, and what was the second show? It must have been. Oh no, it was Divas. I was thinking Epic Rock then, but no, I didn't do Epic Rock till the Elation. So it was Divas and Motor City.
Good shows. Well, I mean, Motor City we've already established. How's Divas for you? Because Divas, of course, is very female-led.
It is, and like 100% honest, Divas is a weird show for me, in the sense that I could perform Divas every day of the week. Like, it's such a great show to perform, but to watch it, I just wouldn't feel like, I didn't feel much for the Diva show watching it. It's happened every time. It's not like cast specific. I just didn't like it as a show to watch, but the energy and stuff to do on stage was great. So I kind of like get that in a sense from audience perspective, where it's a bit hit and miss.
Yeah, you have a.
But great songs in there. I was the fighter track for that, so Christina Aguilera.
I've never seen it. I've never. Do you have a video of it?
Have you not?
No.
Oh, I must have somewhere.
I'll have to watch it at some point. But
somewhere in the archive.
So you did that incredible run over there.
Yeah.
Like 7 day cruise with 6 ports.
Yep. Barbados, St. Martin, St. Lucia, St. Thomas, St. Kitts.
Not just any ports.
No, they were great ports. Like St. Martin would probably be up there as one of my favourites.
St. Martin is a beautiful. I mean, we've spoke about this when we've been catching up. St. Martin is a really, really cool place, and my mum loves it for all of the watches and the jewelry and all of that fancy stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah. So then you were out there, and then did you go somewhere else, or did you come to Splendor?
No, I went to the Elation.
Yes, you did.
Which was Jacksonville. So I went from West Coast to the Caribbean to then the East Coast, Jacksonville. Couldn't get that out then.
Sean Connery. Did you get a little Sean Connery there?
The name's Bond, James Bond.
In Jacksonville.
I thought I was going to Colonel Mustard then. I stopped myself. Hello.
Oh.
Yeah, and Elation was the first ship doing that I had the chance to do Epic Rock, and absolutely loved it.
So
that's one of my favourite shows of all time to do.
I was just about to say that's it. So do you have a favourite song in Epic Rock that you really enjoy performing?
Great question. So over the time I've performed every single male song in Epic Rock except for one. Just because like when there was one male singer, I had to cover everything. That was the one break where a dancer could step up and sing that song. But picking one from all of those, it's tough between Bohemian Rhapsody and Dream On. Because Dream On is such like a spectacle because of the screens and everything, whereas
and the vocal.
Oh yeah, that too, I suppose. And then Bohemian Rhapsody is just such a legendary song, so it's great to leave that as well.
Yeah. I don't know from an audience perspective, because I know what you mean. Bohemian Rhapsody is like multi-layered with all of the drama. You take us on a journey with that. Whereas Dream On is just like epic rock. That's the best definition of it. It's an epic rock song.
Whereas Living on a Prayer, I just never feel like I can enjoy because it's so high that I'm just trying to get through it.
Living on a prayer just to survive.
Yeah, it's like one of those things, once I've got past Living on a Prayer, I like relax a bit.
Oh, it's an intense song. It just gets higher and higher and higher as well, right?
Yeah, it does.
Ridiculous. So you did the Elation.
Whilst dancing.
Yes, well... You did the Elation, you got your rock on, that's where you found your show.
Yeah.
What was your other shows on Elation?
It was Divas again.
Oh, okay. And then did you come to Splendor, or did you go somewhere else?
I believe Splendor was the next one.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that I've done 5, so that's Inspiration, Fascination, Elation, and then Splendor.
Yeah.
So I did my first taste of Splendor, which was the 7 days from Long Beach, so back to the West Coast.
And that's when you got to Piano Man.
Yeah. 88 Keys for the first time. Epic Rock. And then, Studio VIP. That was the last show I did. I couldn't remember what the shows were. I have to go back to that now.
It's been a long time.
But yeah. I know. But yeah, so I've done 88 Keys twice now on the Splendor. And it's funny doing both tracks within it. Obviously there's the Piano Man track, and then there's what they class as the dancer track, because it's so male heavy in that show for one performance. So yeah, it was interesting seeing both sides of it, because I always thought being the Piano Man lead was the hardest, but you've just got no time to breathe as the dancer track
when you're everybody else. Yeah
and lifting, moving, everything.
Yeah. And then when you were on Splendor, you were a part of creating Area, the aerial illusion magic show, right? Yeah,
that was a great experience. I love doing that show, as well as like the benefit of having a vocal evening off. It was just, I don't know. Again, it was so different for me because I've never done that type of show before.
Mm-hmm.
How the audience responds, because like, when you finish a song in the main shows, rapturous applause and everything. But with that show, it's like there's a penny drop moment first. So at first you think, oh, they didn't enjoy it because there's no sound. But it's like the penny drops to them. They're trying to figure out what it is, and then there's like a response. So it was really different.
Yeah, for people listening, if you're not familiar with Area, the show that was created for the Carnival Splendor when it went to Australia, if you think of like your traditional sort of Las Vegas style magic show, that is what that show is. And they bring in an aerial illusionist. Alicia Mannion was Area at the time when we were on Splendor together, and they bring in an aerial illusionist that she does aerial silks and then sort of performs these grand illusions, and the playlist cast are the ensemble, really the support for that show, and they'll dance and they'll assist with the magic. It's incredible. I loved it. I really did. I thought it was so cool to be a part of that experience.
But when you're asking about like the creating process of it, it's such like a double-edged sword, because it's great being part of it and being part of something new and helping to create, but then there's the other side of it where you're constantly having to like relearn things and teach your body different things, because like up until opening night they were still changing choreography like on the same day for that evening.
Yeah.
So then you've got to retrain out what you'd originally learned for that number and try and remember this new stuff for the opening night, because obviously the people watching it, the directors and the choreographers, think that something's not working and they want to try different things. So that's the double-edged side of it. It can be like a really difficult process if things are constantly changing.
Yeah. And I mean, talking of that and training your brain, a question that comes up from the guests all the time is like, how do you remember all of those lyrics? But on a normal Carnival cruise, maybe there's 2, maybe there's 4 shows. When we went to Singapore,
sometimes you don't remember all the lyrics.
was that like
as you've seen before?
When Annie was underneath the table?
That is correct. Like, was she okay? Who knows?
She was underneath the table quite a lot in that Smooth Criminal. It was only one cruise, but she was under the table a few times.
I think my favourite one, which unfortunately you didn't see. I had some good ones with you, but my favourite one had to be on the fascination in Motor City when I totally forgot the words to ABC, and literally all I could sing was vowels. So like the other boy went, "Went to school to learn, girl, 'cause I never knew before." And then it comes to me and I'm like, that's literally what came out.
At least you did sounds for the tune, though.
Well, I tried, yeah. But it's just there's this epic photo that I've put on my social media before, but that a guest captured, and it was that particular moment, and it just encapsulates that moment so well because the face of the other 3 male performers on stage is brilliant, and they're all looking in my direction, and you can tell something's up.
I mean, that leads me into this next bit beautifully about staying focused on stage.
Yeah.
Because you have to concentrate. You've got a job to do. You're professionals. It's not like you're just having a laugh. But one of the things that I really enjoyed with you, 1, because you're so good, and 2, because we'd worked together that much, I really got a kick out of trying to put you off.
Yeah. I remember those times.
And my favorite sort of distract Mark, and it's incredibly unprofessional. Don't tell Arnold, Donald, or any of the people at Carnival if you are listening. Arnold, I didn't do this really. It's a joke. My favorite memory is when I made the signs to hold up.
Is Annie okay?
Yeah, and I was like, she's okay. Or
no, I think my worst one with you, just because I didn't really expect it, and it was in a show that's not really like happy, was in Epic Rock at the end of I Will Do Anything for Love.
Yeah,
because I'm there doing this loving song with Sophie, finish the song, but I won't, and I sing my last line, but I won't do that. And then it was just the slowness of the sign that you tilted up, and it said, "But I will." And in my head, I just lost it. Luckily, I didn't have anything else to sing, but I held my face together. But in my head, I was gone.
Yeah, I was proud of that one.
But I will.
But I will. I was really proud of that one.
But going back to what you said about how do you remember it all?
Yeah,
it's because it's ingrained in us so much that it's almost like muscle memory. So we do it that much in rehearsals in the studio because we're working like 9 to 5 every day, 6 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're learning one show, we have a full week on it to actually learn it. But the last 2 days is like constantly running it, putting it with vocals, and then once that's learned, we'll still be doing that show like after we finish rehearsals in the following weeks, just to keep it fresh in our minds. So we've done it that much that everything should be going wrong.
Your body just knows it.
What happens like with that moment where I just totally forgot the words, the only thing I can describe is like when you're in your house and you go upstairs for something and you just can't remember what you went upstairs for. That is the only way to describe it. So you're going up in this automatic pilot, but then you have no idea what's coming. And that's why the vowels came out.
You had a senior moment. But I suppose it makes sense in my mind, because from having to learn scripts and speeches and presentations and stuff, it's like a chain, right? You link it and you think, okay, I say this, and automatically you know that the next link is this, then that. But as soon as you lose one of those links, you just panic, right? And it's like, how do I get back to where I should be?
Yeah.
Bless you.
Yeah, because I think I had another one with you in Piano Man, didn't I? It was something about you shake my nerves and you rattle my steel. Where did that come from?
Oh, yeah. And then the thing is, when you do something like
I
that...
don't know how to feel.
Yeah, but
and then 'cause in my head I had to rhyme it.
Yeah, you'd committed to rhyming the word that you'd made up that wasn't in the song. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the best thing is when you mess up with a community of people that know what you should be doing, like the cast, they just rib you for it as well, don't they?
Yeah. It's part of the stick.
One of my other favourite things that I will never forget from you is when the audio technicians, I don't know if we're allowed to tell people about the piano playing. But
Yeah.
We'll leave it as a mystery whether Marc can or can't play the piano in the show 88 Keys, the rock and roll piano show, where he plays several pianos. However, the sound technician recorded the audio from your piano, didn't he?
He did.
And he
played it back in my ear at the time.
That's hilarious. I think that is... I mean, yeah.
I mean, obviously it sounded perfect because I can play the piano, but...
That made me laugh so hard. But quickly jumping back to memorizing, when we did the Singapore cruise on Splendor,
yeah,
you didn't just have the shows that you learned, you also learned a ton of extra concerts as well, right?
Yeah, but because we had the three shows at the time,
yeah,
we hadn't yet learned the magic show because that was being learned in Singapore. So we basically had all those days of cruises, but only the three shows, and they couldn't repeat the show. So what they did was get us to learn 4 concerts, was it?
Yeah, 4.
I can't remember that. It's that long ago. It's over. Yeah. But yeah, we had America Rocks, which is great to sing some of those songs because never had that before.
Mm-hmm. Harp Soul.
Flick, another Harp Soul, which I had done. Oh, I didn't mention that, but that was on the Elation.
Mm-hmm.
That was another show that I had done on the Elation previously. Motor City and Motor City, Harp Soul,
and Flick,
America Rocks, and Flick. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Flick was great because there's such great songs in Flick. I've never been lucky enough to do it as a full show yet, but I'd love to do it and see it.
Yeah, one day. That's on your list?
Yes.
Okay, so in looking ahead to the future, in saying that you'd like to do Flick, are there any other shows within Carnival's show catalogue that you look at or that you've heard of and you think, oh, yeah, I'd love to do that one?
100%. Like, having seen it in the studio, never actually seen it like fully live, Celestial Strings.
Oh, yeah.
It looks amazing. The songs in it are great. Just everything that's going on with it. And obviously, I believe that's on the ship that you're going to, is it?
I don't know now. I think the shows are probably going to change because Radiance was originally doing longer cruises, but now it's doing 3-day, 4-day. I don't know what shows are going to be on there. That's a very exciting to be confirmed, I guess.
TBC,
TBD. So we'll find out.
I'll just come and join you on that ship.
Yeah, I'd love that.
I mean, we've worked together that often before, so, you know.
Yeah, we've got friends on the West Coast. Why not?
Yeah, we've done so many Long Beach. We'll be used to it.
Yeah, I love it. Now, Marc, just as I start to round things off, because believe it or not, we've been chatting for well over 30 minutes now.
Oh, yeah.
Life outside of cruising, because you are more than a performer. You're incredibly talented. I love your photography work that you do. If anybody wants to see your photographs, where can they find them?
Multiple platforms. So I've got 2 Instagram accounts. Basically, one is for portraits and stuff that I do. Cause I've done portrait sessions, headshots, and I've also done a wedding as well. So that is Marc Pickard Photography. And then if you remember that, it's my website is markpickard.com. So that's mainly for the portrait side of it. But then for like the cruising and just general landscapes and travel, I've got a Marc P Travels account. And that, like I said, that's mainly for the place recently because of lockdown, the places in and around Wales. But when I'm away, just trying to get as many places as I can. Yeah,
I mean, we went up Snowdon, didn't we? We went up the tallest mountain in Wales to take pictures.
Yeah, what a great day that was, Lee. Thank you very much.
How many pictures did you take, Marc?
0.
Oh, were you just...
What was the visibility, Lee?
It was 0, Marc. I think it was actually negative. I think I was slightly blinded from all of the rain.
I mean, it was a great experience. We had such great fun, but we were soaked through and there was no visibility at all. Plus, I couldn't walk back down the mountain. I had to walk backwards.
You did. You Michael Jacksoned your way back down the last quarter of the mountain.
But we had a laugh.
Yeah, great memories, great times. But yeah, seriously, for those of you that are listening, check out Marc's photography. He spells his name with a C, so don't go for your traditional Marc with a K. He's fancy. It's Marc with a C, Marc Pickard Photography, because his work is brilliant.
Thanks.
And Marc, that's about it. I can't wait to see you again when you're eventually, should I say, not a prisoner of your country.
I know, when we can travel across the border again.
Yeah, and I know you joked about it, but I would love to have you out on the West Coast, whatever shows are on my ship.
Yeah.
I say my
Plus,
ship.
Your ship. We've got to fit in the trips to Scotland and Iceland for both our photography trips.
Oh, mate, we'd planned, for those of you listening, Marc and I tried to plan trips. We were going to go to Bali.
Yeah, that's where it started. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, we were going to go to Bali on like a boys' photography trip, and that didn't happen because of COVID restrictions. And then we were like, oh, let's do Iceland. Marc found a brilliant a photo-centric travel package, but then that isolation and
which we booked.
Yeah, we did book it, yeah.
And then had to cancel.
And then we saw the isolation requirements and we had to cancel that. So in the end, we've resorted to saying, you know what, we'll just go to Scotland. And not that it's like, oh, just go to Scotland. Scotland's beautiful, but we feel that it's a bit safer and a little bit more guaranteed that we'll make it up there.
I mean, we did have our night under the stars by Lady Bower Reservoir, didn't we?
We did. We went camping and that was beautiful. We got some great pictures on Bamford Edge and of the Highland cows.
I don't know if you saw as well, but from that Bamford Edge, one of the competitions on Viewbug, which is like an international photo competition, actually got runner-up for it, and that was from that time.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was one of the ones where me stood on the edge and like the sunset.
Brilliant. Oh, I'll have to check it out. I'll definitely have to check it out. But Marc, thank you so much for being a special guest on Tea with Lee.
Thank you for having me.
And I can't wait to see you again. But for now, I'm going to leave everybody with the sultry tones of Mr. Rohan Windle.
It's time for tea. It's time for tea with Lee. It's time for tea. Time for tea with Lee.
Well, there we go. Another episode. I hope you enjoyed catching up with Marc there. He's incredible. And if you ever sail with him, do say hi. Go seek him out because he's a wonderful, wonderful human being. Until the next time, from me, Lee, your cruise director, remember, stay up late, have fun, make memories, and I cannot wait to see you all soon. Bye for now.